Welcome to DS Trucks. My name is Sean. Thank you for tuning in. In today's video, I want to talk about all the parts that I install on the Ford F-150 over in Dearborn. If you follow the channel, you know that I also work at Ford building the F-150, and I work on the line. And it's a lot that I'm doing, guys. As you guys know, the YouTube channel, the lawn mowing, and on top of that, it's Ford 40 hours a week. So I want to go through all the different parts that I install on the vehicle and pretty much talk about the input that I have put into maybe your truck. Now keep in mind, in Dearborn there is 3 shifts, so the odds that I install that particular part on your exact vehicle is pretty slim. And not to mention, this is not the only plant where the F-150 is built. So let's start right off. This left door right here, I spent 3 years removing this door. So the truck would come to me as a painted cab only, no frame, no engine, very minimum parts at the time installed on the truck, and I'd come in with the hoist, hook it up to this door, pop off the 2 screws. Now this door is only held on by 2 screws, one there, one here, and I pop those off and then take the door off and put it on a carrier, send it over to the door line, and that door would get assembled. I'm working on a door without glass, without anything. It's just painted, and then it goes to the door line and gets assembled there. I've done that for like 3 years, but like a year ago I got a different job where I would do a lot more jobs. I would do a route of like 7 or 8 jobs and go through and install multiple different parts. So on that new route that I got, I want to show you guys what I installed potentially on your truck, but it's hard to say for sure. So number one, on a job, the truck would come to me and the IP would just be installed. That would be this whole unit right here, an instrument panel. So on this first job I want to describe, I would install the A pillar and then shoot it, secure it, and close up these caps. And then I would come in with the gun and secure the IP underneath this cover right here. There would be 2 large bolts that would get shot. That cover would not be installed yet. And then I would also shoot another shot for the IP somewhere around here, probably right up in here somewhere, and that would also secure the IP. So that was a whole job. So you come in with this part, you install the A pillar, and then you shoot it. And that was a tough one because, as you know, the A pillars have multiple different colors. You got your brown color, your Java color, which is for your King Ranch trucks. You have the black ones, which is your standard one, and you have your gray ones, which would go in your lower trim levels. So it could be complicated, you know, making sure you get the right color and things like that. Moving forward from there, I had a job where I had to plug in your body control module. I can't say that word right now. Body control module. Underneath here, underneath this cover, there's some plugs here. Pretty important. So if you don't do that right, you cause major issues, and that's definitely a critical job. And then from there, you also would shoot a ground strap behind the seat. That was a pretty uneventful job. I think over time, they also put this cover here on that job that goes on your B pillar. You know, the jobs kind of change from time to time. But moving forward from that job, I would go to the seatbelt job. And from there, I would install the seatbelts. Now, this was another tough one because different colors coming at you all the time. You get the red stripes coming to you, which is what this one is. This is a special edition F-150 with the 2.7 EcoBoost. So you'd have to make sure you get the right one, the red stripe. You plug in the pretensioners because this has like some kind of a plug that goes in that does something when you get in an accident. But it's very critical to plug in those pretensioners for this seatbelt. And if you don't do that, you'd be getting in a lot of trouble. So that was a big one. Now on that seatbelt job, we also had to come around and put this cover on near this hump that a lot of people complain about, the dreaded dash hump. A lot of people complain about that, and I actually put the cover on right there. And like I said, I shot those 2 IP shots that were underneath there on the previous job, right in front of this one. So as far as humps are concerned, this truck looks fine. I don't see anything, but yeah, so on the seatbelt job, we put in this cover, we put in the seatbelt, and we secured the seatbelt. So securing the seatbelt's a tough job because the gun's heavy and it's very large bolts, and you gotta hold on to it and not slip off. So that was the job. And now after that seatbelt job, I would switch over to the other side and do the other seatbelt job. So I do the right side seatbelt, then I switch over and do the left side seatbelt. Again, you'd have to make sure it's pretty much the same thing. On the left side, you'd have to install this. Now in the super cabs on the left side, we had to put the striker that will look a lot like this for the super cabs. So seatbelt on the left side, again, IP shot cover on the left side as well. And again, shooting those large bolts for the seatbelt. Then from there, I would move over to what was called the frog leg job, which essentially the frog leg was a big plastic thing that goes underneath your center console, and it comes out. It's pretty much an air duct, and you could see it poking through right there. So it pokes through on both sides. This is just on the left side. So this part was so large that it would actually go across both sides, and it pretty much gives you the vent for the rear, or some ventilation for the rear. See one there, and then there's another one on this side underneath the seat. It's probably too dark. But that job, now on the frog leg job, you come in, you swing the frog leg in, and you plug up a plug underneath this center console. So the center console's not even in the truck yet. There's a plug underneath that gets plugged in. Very critical plug. Has to be done right, or else you'll get in big trouble. And you also come along and you put on this cover, and you also had to deal with your kick panel and your plugs that go underneath for your headlights and your pedal controls, all that stuff. So you come in and you plug up this, you put on this, you plug something in the middle, you put it in the frog leg. So it was a busy job. It was a little bit tough. And again, you had to make sure you had the right stuff. You have to make sure you have the right panel, because not all of these say F-150, because this truck is a different name in Mexico. So you'd be doing like F-150 panels all day, and then one from Mexico comes along. You got to make sure you stay on top of that and not put in the wrong one. There's systems in place that prevent you from putting on the wrong stuff, and usually will stop the line, and you'll have to let somebody know that you put on the wrong one. So though that's one job, moving down from that job, you're back again to the left side of A-pillar, where we had to close these caps. Now this cap doesn't look closed all the way, so this needs to be closed. This cap's a little bit flimsy here. But so yeah, we throw in the A-pillar, we shoot it, we shoot our IP shots. Now this left side IP job was pretty tough because it was very busy. So you'd come in, you'd install your A-pillar, you shoot it, you'd shoot the IP. I think it was 2 shots up there for the IP. Then you had to come across here and you had to shoot the bracket that holds this grab handle on. Not the actual grab handle, but the bracket underneath this grab handle that holds it on. We'd have to shoot that. So it's like 1, 2, that had his own gun, grab another gun, shoot this, and then you grab another gun and you shoot your IP. It was a little bit tough. It took a while for me to learn it, but I got it eventually. So your grab handle, your IP, your B pillar. Now, after that job, I had to do one of the harder jobs that nobody wanted to do, and that is I don't know what to call that job. I guess we'll just call that job 18. So back to 18, you'd be back over here on this side of the truck. Keep in mind, guys, on all these jobs, there's no doors on the truck. They've all been removed. But you'd come in here, the IP would have just been installed in the truck. So you're grabbing this panel here from a shelf, and you're setting this panel on this side of the truck, over here on this side of the truck, so the guy over here can grab that panel and install it. Then you are grabbing a stuffer You're putting a stuffer in here, some sound insulation up in here before the A-pillar is even installed and all that. You're putting sound deadening in here. Then you're grabbing your main wire and pulling this long wire all the way out here, and then you're securing it and plugging it in, but you're leaving some of it over there to get plugged in later, and then you're securing it all along the transmission well. And it's really critical to make sure that all the seals are installed properly, because if not, it'll get caught and you'll get in trouble again. And ensuring all those that get installed properly, plugging in plugs here for this module that's underneath here. Now that's a critical module, so everything has to be plugged in correctly. Then coming in here and securing bolts that are underneath this plastic that go and support the IP. So all down the line, it's like securing the IP. So there's a lot that goes into securing your IP, and that was definitely a busy job that not a lot of people wanted to do. Now, I think, I don't know which one I'm missing. I don't know if I got them all, but I think that's pretty much that for the route. Now with the 2021s that we are actually launching right now, that we're building, it's getting better and better. And comment below and let me know if you'd be interested in all the jobs that I do on the 2021s, because it's a little different. Some of it's pretty similar, but a lot of it's different. But tell me what you think about our 2019 F-150. It's a 2.7 liter EcoBoost, 3.55 rear gear, special edition package. Pretty nice truck, as you guys saw. We have the red all over the place here. XLT. This is actually my wife's truck. It's got the red stripe seatbelt. Red stripe. It says sport everywhere, but it's really a special edition package. And as you see, red stripe here on the seat, red stripe on the center console. So it's a cool little special edition package truck. Let me know what you think about this. There's tons of videos on the 2.7 liter EcoBoost on our channel. I'll link a playlist down below. And tell me what you think about our newest edition and what the channel is going to be all about. Our new 2020 F450. We're going strong in this direction as far as content is concerned for the channel. Here's a look at the truck. It's a F450. The interior is the same as the 150s, but silver paint, which is super forgiving as far as scratches and all that stuff. This is why I got it. We're going to be putting a plow on the truck, heavy salter. Looking inside, it's very similar to the F-150. It's almost the same. I can tell you that it's a little different once you really start putting your hands on it, but I think a lot of the components could switch over. Like, for example, this panel says Super Duty instead of 150, but I've got a lot of hands-on experience with this interior. So it's very similar interior-wise. But check it out, guys. Tell me what you think. This is a Lariat Ultimate Trim Package F450 with the 6.7 liter Power Stroke V8. We're just starting to put content out on this truck, so there's not a whole lot out there just yet. Just a couple of videos so far, but definitely enjoying the truck. It's definitely a lot of fun. Let's take a look under the hood real quick while we're here. See if I can get this in one hand. Oh! 6.7 liter Power Stroke, 475 horsepower, 1,050 foot-pounds of torque. It's interesting to have this much power and torque because I'm really not using it. I mean, you're not driving it that fast. I'm not driving it that fast. It's kind of a big truck to drive fast, and it will. Like, you could really step on it, but it seems like a truck this big and heavy. This truck almost weighs 10,000 pounds, and it just seems ridiculous to drive this truck fast. It seems like you're going to eat up your tires and things like that. I don't think it'll hurt the truck, but it'll definitely hurt your pocket. It drinks so much fuel when you drive fast and hard. So it's definitely crawl up in here. What is that? A rubber band? What's going on here? There's a rubber band in here. Weird. But it's a big truck to drive really fast. So yeah, I'm coming out of my EcoBoost. This is probably close to as quick. I don't know, but the EcoBoost you could drive fast all day, every day, and this you really shouldn't. So This is definitely slowing me down quite a bit. It's going to keep me out of trouble. But overall, I'm really enjoying the truck. It's got dual alternators, 397 amp dual alternator, dual battery, of course, rapid heat, Lariat Ultimate. So stay tuned to the channel, guys, because we're going to be doing a lot of F450 content, and pretty much going to be daily in the truck, plowing with the truck, taking the payload to the max. It's going to be a while before I can take the towing to the max, because I really don't tow that heavy, but I can definitely take the payload to the max. The reason I went with the 450 over the 350 is not only do you get the payload with the 450, you also get the maneuverability because of that wide track front axle. So I figured that for me it was worth it, because I need something that I can maneuver really good. So that's it for the video. This is DS Trucks, where we run nothing but the best. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, and hope to see you guys in the next video. Over and out, and have a great day. Bye.